New TCG alert! New TCG alert! New TCG alert! New TCG alert! Today we're checking out Forgotten Times TCG. New TCG, you can pick this joint up right now. These are kind of sample decks. You can pick them up at ForgottenTimesTCG.com. A little thing you can scan. There's a Discord. Email them. You can get this guy for about, I think like $5, maybe some shipping right now, like sample decks. As you can see, there's still just placeholder art for some of it, but a large amount of it is already fleshed out. Just inquired about this guy. They sent me some stuff. Looks real cool. I'm going to do a quick how to play. All right. So the win con of the game, the win condition. To win, you need to destroy your opponent's city. Everybody's got a city. They've got 10 health. For these purposes, both of them are Olympia. And in order to hit the city, you've got to take out the opponent's hero and soldiers. So I mean, pretty much in the deck, you're going to have 3 heroes. One of the heroes is going to be placed. If you can make that out right there, I kind of had to scribble it in myself, but you'll have a hero out in play. Then you'll have an alternate hero that you choose. They'll be face down at the turn beginning, at the game beginning. Then you'll flip them up. Now, you know, like pretty much all the other games, then you'll have one that's inside the deck that you might happen to draw. Okay. Now, the thing about it is there will be plenty of soldiers. These are the equivalent of creatures or monsters in most games, but the soldiers will be in the battlefield. So you can't hit the hero until you get rid of all the opponent's soldiers. Now, you can't hit the city until all the soldiers and the heroes are off of the battlefield. All right, but yeah, that's the win condition, is to destroy the opponent's city. Right. Now, there are 7 types of cards in the game. Only 4 of those types of cards will be in a player's main deck. The soldiers, your creatures or monsters, as I said. Then you've got specials, which are the equivalent of field spells, instants, sorceries, things like that. Then you've got the armor, which is just like, you know, equipment. And then, you know, absorb 5 damage. When it's gone, it's gone. And then absorbs 5 HP. I really think that's a misprint. But equipped soldier or hero can't be frozen, blinded, or poisoned. And absorbs 2 damage. So, you know, hits the armor first, then it hits the guy. And then your heroes, like I said, you'll start the game out with 2 heroes, one in the main hero spot, one in the alternate hero spot. One of them will be in your deck. Then you've got the city, which is pretty much your life, your 20 life in Magic, your 5,000 life in Yu-Gi-Oh, something like that. But once your 10 city health is done, you're done. And then also, on top of those, for the city, we've got in the deck, you'll have 2 city upgrades, exactly 2. So one of them, like city wall, goddamn Mongolians messing up my city wall. Yeah, so the city upgrade, increase your city's health by 10. And then we've got the divine worship, city upgrade. Your saved Runic Power pool can now hold 4 Runic Power. Okay, these last remaining 3, like I said, these are outside of the main deck. The Runic Power, that's pretty much your mana crystals, whatever, your power crystals, your whatever, land. And then we've got the Battle Fury. We'll get into that in a second. The heroes. This is the cool, unique part of the game, very unique part of the game. Now, there are different classifications of heroes. We've got mortals with the knight's helmet. We've got the gods with the stars. There goes the god, Impulsor. Then we've got the monsters, you know, dragons. Okay, now the unique thing about the game is like it's kind of got that Pokemon weakness and resistance type of thing going. So this is the buff chart right here. So pretty much whenever a mortal attacks into a god, they get a +1 attack buff. Whenever a god swings into a monster, they get a +1 attack buff. Whenever a monster attacks into a mortal, they get a +1 attack buff. And then it works the same, well, I mean, it works backwards with the debuffs. So whenever a mortal swings into a monster, they're going to get -1 attack. Whenever a monster goes into a god, they're going to get a -1 attack. Whenever a god goes into a mortal, -1 attack. Already. Now there are... Whenever your hero attacks, the heroes, like, you know, you're going to have one that's active, one that's the alternative, pretty much the backup, then one that you can draw into in your deck whenever you draw into it. Whenever your hero attacks, you gain a Battle Fury. So say you've got the hero just Apollo on the battlefield. Whenever Apollo attacks, he's going to gain a Battle Fury as an attachment. Something like an equipment. So goes something like that. In your command zone, like the hero zone right here, the something like the command zone. Now, armor, as we said, pretty self-explanatory. Protects soldiers and hero cards. Blocks damage before it's broken. Then the armor is then discarded. And soldiers and heroes, they can only have one attached at a time. We've got so like I said, specialty in the front. There's no cost to play these specialty or armor cards. Most are one-time use. Some of them are ongoing. And then you're gonna have specialty cards. You're gonna have exactly 15 per deck with no duplicates. Now decks consist of deck construction. Decks consist of 56 cards exactly, with 30 heroes. No, 30 soldiers. Big stack of soldiers. 30 soldiers. 15 specialty cards, like I said. 3 heroes, like we've went over. 1 city. And 2 city upgrades. 5 armor. Soldiers, no more than 3 copies of a single common. Now there are rarities of cards too. So this guy right here, rare with an R. Rare. All of these heroes happen to be rare, but anyway, we've got soldiers, looking at commons, the rarities right there. Yeah, so with soldiers, no more than 3 copies of a single common. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at, is soldiers. All right, so no more than 3 copies of a single common, or uncommon, and then you can have 2 max of a single rare, or ultra rare or legendary. So uncommon right there, got a rare, and then looking for a legendary, right? And then heroes can have 3 of same or different heroes. So you can have 3 Asylees if you choose to. And city upgrades, you can have no duplicates. They've got to be different. Heroes can have 3 max Battle Fury on them at a time. Can have 3 max Battle Fury. Okay, Runic Symbol, the civilization that it comes from. This is that Runic symbol at the bottom. So I think everybody's got to maintain that same civilization, which is actually right here. The Runic symbol looks like an omega right there. So yeah. The card rarity is color coded. Like this one is a purple. The green is common. The rares are purple. The reds are uncommon. Purples are rare, like we said. Yeah. And then I think the blue are legendaries, I believe. Okay, Runic Power cost is the cost it costs to play a soldier. It's going to be on your top right. So 1 drop right here, 2 drop, 5 drops, 6 drops. The Runic Power is gained every round from Runic Infusion. Okay, we'll get into that in just a second. To attack a city, like I said, all soldiers and heroes must first be destroyed. Now going into this Runic Infusion. How you gain mana, Runic Power. Okay, Runic Infusion. How many Runic Power cards each player will draw at the start of their turn. So it's kind of like a Hearthstone deal. So on Runic Infusion equals 1 for the first player first turn. So first player first turn, they're gonna have access to 1 Runic Power, aka mana. On player 2's turn, turn 1, they get +1. So they'll have access to 2. So it continues increasing like this by 1 before each of player 2's turns to a maximum of 6. So player 2 will always be having 1 more mana starting off than player 1, except for when player 1 catches up with having 6 mana. Then it'll be maxed out at 6. Okay, so then we've got the AP. When cards attack or retaliate, they deals damage. The attack power, then you've got your health right there. You know, so when cards attack or retaliate, they deal damage equal to their attack power. Okay, attacks. Soldiers and heroes can attack an enemy card 1 time per turn. So you pick out an opponent. Well, I mean, you pick out a card to attack. You got direct attack. And then retaliation is a counter attack. You know, whoever you swing into, they're going to swing right back at you. Okay, then we've got, there's a mechanic called the prize cards. This is the reward for killing opponent's soldier. So when you kill an opponent's soldier, one of these guys with the regular casting cost. Then we've got blind, means that you can't retaliate. We'll go into those. Yeah. These are just keywords. Matter of fact, let me start with the game setup before I finish out these keywords. Okay, so to set up the game, place your city. Both players will place their city card out there. You know, 10 life, 10 city damage, then you lose the game once you take that. And you get hit again, then you die. But then you set the Runic Infusion to 1 and randomize the first player. So then you choose a hero face down. So Runic Infusion could simply be like, you know, you could have a dice tracker just in the middle of both players. Just the Runic Infusion is 1 right now. Then when it passes to player 2, then it'll be 2. Then, you know, player 1 comes back to them, they'll get 2 mana. Then you tick it up again, something like that. You know what I'm saying? When it goes to player 2, then it goes up 1. Yeah. All right. And then choose a hero face down. So you'll be dealt 3 heroes. You choose 1. You'll have 3 heroes that you come to the game with. You'll choose 1 to be the active, place it face down. Place 1 to be the alternate, place it face down. Then you'll have this to the side to shuffle into your deck. 1 in the active, they can attack, but they can take spell damage. They can be direct attacked, and then shuffle. Okay, so then you're gonna shuffle up all of these cards or whatever, shuffle up all of the 5 card types, and then you'll draw 5. And then you can do 1 mulligan by bottom decking all 5 cards if you want to do a mulligan, which is which is like when you draw your hand and you don't like it, you can just shuffle them. You can put 5, all the hand, the whole hand at the bottom of the deck, then draw 5 more from the top. Okay, back to those keywords. The prize card, the blind is when you can't retaliate. You can't do retaliatory damage. Poison is when you receive double damage from attacking and defending. Frozen is you can attack, but you can retaliate. Frozen lasts 1 turn. Starvation Mode is when you're pretty much milled and you can't draw a card. Your city takes 2 damage and the opponent still needs to hit your city 1 time to win. So even if you get all your city life is gone, you're down to 0 city life, you still don't instantly lose. The opponent has to strike your city 1 time to win. Okay, then we've got abilities in text box of cards. In text box of, so like Impulse's ability is yields no prize cards on death. So, and again, just saying that again, the prize card is a reward for killing opponent's soldier. With heroes, they're drawn immediately, but kept face down till turn in. All right, we'll go back to prize cards here in a second though, to get more clarification. Okay, then we've got city upgrades. Each deck has 2 exactly, and you can equip the city whenever you draw into it at any time on your turn. At any time. Okay, so the turn order. Each turn you draw 1 card from the play deck. And Runic Power equal to Runic Infusion. So you know, each turn you're gonna draw that Runic Power equal to the Runic Infusion. And it's gonna cap out at 6. Okay, so on your turn, you can do things like you can pay Runic Power to cast soldiers. You can trade 2 Runic Power to draw a card. So you've always got some cool card draw pretty much baked in. Spend 2 of your Runic Power, draw a card. You can replace a hero card. So you can swap out your alternate guy with your active guy. You can switch the active hero. The active can't have attack this turn. So like if you're out there on the battlefield, they can't have, well, I mean, if you're out here in your active zone, you can swing and things, but you can't have attack this turn and be swapped out. If you do that, then new active hero, both heroes keep their attachments. And they can't attack till next turn if you swap out. Now the attack phase, how the attack goes. Let's get a look at these heroes though. Okay, so you're gonna need that Battle Fury, like I'm saying, to do, this is what I'm talking about with the Battle Fury and the command zone. Pretty much the hero zone. And you're gonna need that Battle Fury whenever, so when the hero attacks, you get a Battle Fury. You can spin the Battle Fury, like 3 Battle Fury, to do this Wisdom move, which is negate any specialty card. So kind of like a Yu-Gi-Oh card, you got onboard negates. Or like if you don't want to do all that, you can just spend 1 and then you get +1 to all mortal class cards. Spend 2, freeze a soldier to draw a card. 3 +3 to this card, if you have that. Right, the attack phase. Can attack opponent's soldier, hero, or city. So you know, tap to attack, you know, like most games. Hero cannot be attacked if any soldiers are on the battlefield. Your hero can't be attacked if you have soldiers on the battlefield. The city cannot be attacked if any hero or soldiers are on the battlefield. Okay, this is the prize card. So drawing cards. Anytime you defeat an opponent's soldier, either by offensive damage or defensive retaliation damage that you're dealing, you draw the top deck of your play deck. So say that this is you'll draw the top card of your play deck, called a prize card. You keep it face down. You cannot look at it either until the end of your turn. And then whenever you defeat an opponent's hero, then you're going to draw 2 of those prize cards. 2. So cool, like Pokemon type mechanic right there. Then we've got the storing Runic Power. Storing Runic Power. There are no hand limits. Some guys even give you more prize cards. So storing Runic Power. You can store up to 3 unspent Runic Power. Kind of like Runeterra. And then at the end of your turn, and then they're saved for next turn, then they're added to the gained Runic Power. So maximum you can have like 9 Runic Power, pretty much. Okay. Then we've got pretty much the last stuff, the extras in the game. If a hero is killed, the alternate hero can take their place. There's no soldier limit on the battlefield. You can have unlimited soldiers on the battlefield. Okay, and then alternate modes of play. There's tournament, there's draft play, there's campaign play, there's solo or 3-player co-op play. But you've got to get separate, you've got to purchase separate campaign cards. They're sold separately. And then to do the draft mode, you're going to need to buy 3 booster packs each player. So each player gets access to 36 cards to make a whole deck. And then the game is also on Tabletop Simulator right now. Again, you can check out the rule book right here, and then I believe you can get pretty much what we have right here for about $5 online if you want to check it out. Or I mean, pretty much hit that website for more details, hit that Discord, scan the barcode, and then yeah, that has been Forgotten Times TCG, how to play. Might even do a shorter version in a minute, but for now, that's all I got. Like, comment, subscribe, and Tupac, Tupac, Tupac.